Why, hello everybody. How you doing today? Now it's about time. Since we've gone over the skins, now you know what time is it? Time to go over heroes. From my most favorite hero to play to the most I don't like playing. We're gonna go with two separate things. So we're gonna go with that first, and then we're gonna go over who I like working with the most and who I work with the least. So let's start with Herco. There's only just going to be S8. And you'll see which ones I like playing the most and which ones I like playing the least. Kiriko. She isn't really my favorite, if I had to be honest. And I'll go over like the character-wise later. It's just nothing about her. It's just me. Well, it's just her kid seems like I can get away with things easily, so I'm not liking it. Mara. This is only whenever things are falling down, and it's the best thing I can go with. Baptiste, F as well, but surpass Mora. Just Baptiste is I lost skill with like I'm saying on the Baptiste overtime where I can't even kill much. And I only use them for the last ditch effort for healing. Forget. I don't mind playing her, it's just certain situations I don't like playing her. Juno. Oh my girl, it's A tier. Like, she is really fun. Especially when it comes to how much she heals. She can do with and how much people can underestimate her healing. That's how much I love her. Lori, similar, but in a lower. Give her up higher than Brigitte, but actually lower than that. Lower than that. That's because, well, she is. Her problems kind of makes me not want to put her up there. Lucio, and you know what? I know you're wondering, why the female version? That's because I don't want to like show much of a original thing, so I felt like it. And Lucio is one of the better supports, despite how many people claim. The reason why I put him below her, because he is just not as multitasking as she is. Anna, when it comes to how much I play her, I love playing her. Believe it or not, it's how much I can do. Zenyatta, I would say move him to B tier. It's just he just doesn't have as amazing of multitask. His multitasking is kind of less fun than Juno's. Mercy is just whenever I feel like battling mode and it's just not one of my days of Life Fever. Life Fever, however, I love playing it a lot. It's just unfortunately I'm not able to use it the majority of the time. Now we got over what I love playing most in the least. You can go ahead and take a look over, and I'm not just any. I know some of you are wondering why, why? I'm just me. Now I'm moving them all F tier only because I gotta get ready. I'm not restarting this either. I'm getting through as much videos as I can. So yeah, now it's just gonna be down to like these four. And this will just be for okay, there we go. Now these are ranking. Now there's only like 4 tiers. The reason why is because now we're going over who I personally like working with and professionally, and who I just say the opposite. And it depends on who I trust. Let's start with Light Fever. He's actually one of the better ones I work with because he actually can bring as much heals if you put enough effort on him and avoid dying. And also, I don't mind him DPSing as much. He's one of few those I don't mind DPSing. That's because it's one of the few ways that I keep up. Now, Ana. This is going to be an exclamation. The reason I'm not putting D tier is because I have room. I'm only playing one hero down here. You'll see live later. I only like the healing version of Ana's, the ones that can keep up the healing, and so far I only met a few. They're better at sleep darts and aiming their grenades than I am. But do a lot of effort. The reason I put them in the lower version on the mid tier is because I ran into DPS Anas and boy, what a show. They are bad. Zenyatta, it depends on who I work with. I put on the lower tier of the mid. That's because he's just and some people some people who play Zenyatta knows how to win uses ultimate, but majority do not. And majority kept going DPS and rather than keep up the heals in case your person is actually better at DPS than they are. Now, Light Fever. Either I love playing Light Fever a lot, doesn't mean I like working with those who play them majority of the time. So yeah, ignore notifications. Reason why I put them in the lower tier, that's because pranksters, people use them as a way to throw. And it's just those people who made Light Fevers look terrible. There are a few great and decent Light Fevers. It's just they are covered up by majority of the negative ones. Mercy, I'm putting her in A tier. It's because she can actually, whenever I'm friends with majority of women and majority of them play like Mercy. And they actually very often give a explanation why they couldn't keep on healing. But there are some that didn't care, and there are just those that are toxic. So no heroes mains are no fan base of the heroes are ever perfect. It's just reason I put in A tiers because the ones I met that I got along with are most of the time great and know when to swap. Problem is just some of them chose Mora, and we'll get to Mora later. Alari, I'm putting in the upper range of the mid. Not because DPSing, it's because they know when to put their pile on, unlike me, where I have no idea. The problem with like some of the Loris is just they don't know when to actually use their secondary fire, which is healing beam. Some of them don't. Brigette, put on her hyper range, but reason why I'm not putting in the B tier, let's just say I played Xenia one time, and this would make anyone who plays certain roles go like, what the? Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? I have to take over and carry this person? Um, and I'm putting her in lower in C tier only because those who play her. There are some decent Breguets, or however you pronounce it, but there are some that just act like they're a tank when they need to stay close to their teammates. Kiriko's, you know where she's going. The reason I didn't put her A tier, it's in fact on the lower end of B tier, is just she's just way too easy to like you into abuse with, as in like just her mechanics or just more like those you can just get away with easily. And there's just some nurse that she needs. It's just hope it just she's not the biggest issue in the supports right now. See. Now Moras. As much I would love to put in D tier, but there is one hero that's worse than Mora. But I'm putting her above Ana because DPS Moras at least know when to heal at least a little bit more often than DPS Anas. The reason I put her in C tier is she's probably here only because she got buffs that are unnecessary. And it's just it's the only hero I have bias towards. But also, how many times I've seen DPS Moras who won't go to healing when needed kind of rubs me the wrong way. So now we're down to just Juno and Baptiste, and you're wondering which one is somehow worse than DPS on us? Who? Who isn't going to be in D tier? Baptiste, that's for sure. I'm not putting a higher tier, but he's probably the most support I don't mind playing DPS on. Even though, despite the fact his kit is similar to Juno's, but what makes him more unique is just it is more requires of when to position yourself, but also and on healing style is kind of alright. It just depends on the situation. Now, all and behold, D tier. You're wondering why I put Juno in D tier, the newest support hero added to the game. You could probably guess by now. You're thinking, it's the healing ones? Nope, DPS ones. They made Juno look miserable. As in, like, Bastion type of suffering. No, not Sombra, not even Soldier suffering. Bastion suffering. It's like, how many, in most of her health isn't based on natural health. It's based on, like, some type of shield, as in, like, stuff that can regenerate easily. She is probably the most risky support the game's ever made, besides Life Weaver. But what makes her in D tier is how many DPS Junos put other supports on healing modes even if they're not meant to. And even if they are better at DPS than the ones who DPSing on Juno. And Juno's kit and and a lot of people are thinking like she's supposed to be a DPS as well, and she's just supposed to be used as a DPS backup or a main thing. From my experience playing Juno, she is one of the few supports that's better off as a healing method. She's just not meant to be a DPS. She's just not. If she was, she wouldn't have, let's see, a speed boost, a automatic thing with the healing thing, and she wouldn't have the ultimate has a large beam going down from outer space down to Earth, bringing damage boost and heals. If she wasn't DPS, she wouldn't have any of those. She would just have like a kit that we never heard of. So yeah, it's kind of ranked her as the lowest. Anyways, that's all I can say. I hope you like the tier list I put in, and hopefully see you guys later. Bye bye!